So I was planning on working on another video, but I had a job interview. This guy didn't even show up. So I sent my resume a few days back, and this guy called me, and we set up a meeting, an online meeting. We discussed for about an hour or so. He liked the way that I was talking. He did say that it shows that I have the experience. He said, okay, we're gonna do a one-to-one so we can discuss further. But I see that you're fully capable, of course. You have the experience, you have the qualifications. I called him prior to going just to confirm that everything was fine, was on schedule. And he didn't pick up, so I sent him a message. He didn't answer. And I said, okay, maybe he's busy, I'll just go ahead. I grabbed a cab and went there, and his secretary was there. This lady didn't seem to know his exact whereabouts, so I waited patiently. She called me a couple of minutes later on, saying that, oh, I'm sorry, I had to fly urgently. I'm really, really sorry that you had to come, but I couldn't possibly let you know that our appointment was off. You didn't know that you wouldn't be returning, and if your visit, your trip was delayed, you could have at least texted me if you didn't want to call me or send me an email or something. I told him, okay, this is not a problem. We can reschedule, of course. Yes, absolutely, we will reschedule. But I will get in touch with you. The following day, I received an email saying that I'm sorry to inform you, but we won't be working with you because we have a more suitable, something like that, candidate. And I was like, okay, what changed within a day? I was certainly qualified. You told me so. In fact, I was overqualified for this job. This is really shitty behavior. So I had to grab a cab, pay for the cab. If you're not planning to see me, why call me? The thing that must have happened is that someone, I don't know if it was him or someone, important to him, or a collaborator or something, maybe called him and said, oh, I have this person and I really want you to hire him or her. So I was out of the picture just like that. And this is something that happens so often here in Greece. So often. It's literally a pattern, It's not what you know, it's who you know. So if you want to get a job, it's not a matter of how qualified you are. It's a matter of who you know. I'm always eager to learn more. And I've come to the conclusion that here in Greece, that doesn't matter, because they don't appreciate it, because they don't pay you for what you know. There are so many people working, 10 and 12 and 14 hours a day, and they don't get paid overtime. Everyone says, as long as you have a job, it's okay, keep it, don't do anything else. Okay, you have a job and you make, let's say, I don't know, minimum wage. If you have to pay rent and if you have to feed, obviously, how are you going to do that? If you have to pay half of it for rent or even more, how are you going to do that? How are you going to manage to pay your bills? And what if you have a family to support? And what if, only one in the family is working and you have kids? What then? This is not the way to live. This is misery. This is decadence, in my opinion. I've been watching a lot of videos, motivational videos. You know, the solutions are rarely applicable to everyone. You have to have some tools, you know, in order to make it. And here in Greece, unfortunately, we don't have so many tools to be self-employed, to chase after our dreams. Most of you live in another country, don't live in Greece. But this is not the situation here. You know, you're trapped in the system, and they don't give you much choice. I don't like favoritism. I don't support it. I'm not using it. I never used someone to get me where I wanted to go, to be. I've worked so hard for everything in my life. You know, they're looking for experienced people for their companies. But of course, they're not willing to pay them for this experience, for their knowledge, for what they can bring to the company, to the success of the company. If you're, I don't know, in your 40s maybe, it's much more difficult to get a job than being in your 30s. Where will you work? Unless you're in the public sector, okay, which is very difficult. Even if you're doing your job well or better than your job description and their expectations, it still doesn't matter. And things have gotten worse with the pandemic. I'm really glad when I see people on YouTube that are making their dreams come true, you know, especially young people, because I feel that in a way they get the chance that a lot of us didn't have or haven't had up until now. Hopefully we will in the future. I'm not giving up hope. I'm sorry if this is too heavy for some of you, but I know that others will relate to this. For me, it's comforting to know that there are people out there who have the same concerns. I wish they weren't, to tell you the truth, because that would mean that society is doing something better than it's doing today. I would love to read your comments on this. Please consider subscribing and liking. Take care of yourself, and see you soon. Bye.